computer's not?
Nah.
Good for you.
Never.
All right, guys, we're live.
Because the MacBook is.
We're live? Hey!
Hi.
It has to be separate out. Okay. I'll set it for 15 minutes.
Testing 1 2 1 2. We are live here as he's setting our timer. How is everybody today?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Here.
I feel very safe right now. I'm serious, man. This is amazing. I just want to thank Mr. Tyson Porter for organizing this. He has a. Let me just hand him the mic, actually. So this is his space.
Hello, this is actually Kadar's space, not my space, and Alexis's space, but it's the community space. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted the world to understand I have really amazing friends, which I consider family at this point. And I don't know, I think it's important for us to represent examples of good friendships, good community, specifically in the Black community. A lot of things are divided right now. And I just wanted to y'all to get a window into my lifestyle, the type of people that I cherish, and maybe gives y'all an example of what kind of friendships y'all want. So yeah, we can just go around the room and y'all can introduce yourselves in any kind of way, and we just go from there. Sounds good? All right. Oh, cool. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy. I hate going first. Well, I'm Mahogany. What else?
Whatever you want. It doesn't. It can be short, long. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. Primarily, I'm a writer. I write fiction. I write fantasy. I'm writing a book right now. Community is really important to me because I feel like I was born into a family with a lot of love to give, but maybe didn't understand the creative side of me, and didn't feed that side of me. And I'm really, really blessed to have found so many people that give me the kind of whimsy and optimism that I think is necessary to really flourish as an artist, as a creative, and lock in the kind of way that you need to when you're writing a book, especially when you're kind of the polite way to say it is a not naturally motivated person. The non-polite way to say it is I'm kind of lazy sometimes, but okay, I'm gonna pass along the mic, but nice meeting everybody.
Sweet. Okay, you can pass it to them.
My name is Tensai Adis. I am a spiritual, heartful human. I've been very fortunate to try many things in my life. Film, music, stand-up comedy, and it's nice to be around melanated people and just, yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. My name is Kadar. I guess you could say I am just a
magician.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
We got to double back to that because I got questions. But yeah, I am just a person in this world, in this time and space. That's how I like to view myself. So whatever comes my way, I just try to experience it the best I can. If you want to get technical in terms of like work and stuff, like I do personal training, along with other things. Currently going into DJing, making music.
Yes.
So look out for that. That's going to be something in the works for sure. Bunch of different hobbies: photography, videography. Just getting into the arts a little bit more. And also just hanging around cool people, as you can see around me here. Just cool people. But yeah, that's about it.
Sick.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I'm so awkward. Okay, but yes, I am also an artist. I think we're all artists or creatives here, but I focus in photography and event planning, if you want to say, and just creating environments for people to gather. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
What's up? My name is what? My name is Nicholson. Just of Nazareth. I'm his twin brother, and I call myself a teacher of spirituality and well-being, and I'm also into photography and videography and just overall health. I see art and community as a way to become more whole. And I'm really proud of Tyson for, really stepping into who he is at this point in time. Because it was not easy to get to this point. So
Not at all.
yeah, I'm just here supporting him today. Yeah.
Sick. Awesome. But yeah, for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm an artist myself, but I'm a multidisciplinary artist. So I've just gotten into videography. I've been doing music for a while. I want to get back into DJing, but I just love making documentations, like stories and whatnot. So yeah, another great thing that we documented was this trip that we had this past weekend. So we went to where Shenandoah?
Shenandoah, yeah.
Okay, so we went to Shenandoah. There was 14 of us in a cabin. We were there for like 2 days. It was amazing. It was great. Like the synergy was there. The music was great. The food was great. Not one altercation happened. Like not one argument. Like nothing. Like it was incredible, really, to witness. And I really just wanted y'all to give y'all hindsight on the matter. Like, why do you think it went well? What kind of led to that? And I mean, what was your favorite moment and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. So
I can go first.
yeah, we can just start and then we just go this way.
So I feel like it went well because before we all got there, we all went through our own individual journeys and shadow work and integration. So there was already a sense of cohesion in us as individuals. And then when we came together, it just merged into this one channel where everything was cohesive. And I noticed there wasn't a lot of asking for things to be done. Things were just done. And there was this incredible sense of empathy and emotional availability that I've never experienced among so many people. And for me, that was very inspiring. So it was just the karma of the group. It was just the sum of all the inner work that we've done. That's what created such a harmonious event, in my opinion. Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
I think one thing I noticed, because before this trip, I don't think I really knew you guys personally, or, not as much as I do now. And some things that I learned was I thought you guys were all kind of friends beforehand, and maybe some of you were, and obviously you guys are brothers, so you've lived your whole life together. But I think everyone kind of experienced some level of loneliness before this trip. Like, I think I realized that everybody's felt kind of out of place in this world. And it was surprising to me because I thought it was just me. And even when you mentioned something about your family, you said like your family had a lot of love, but they weren't able to kind of feed that artistic side of you. And I was like, you kind of said something that I've always tried to put into words that I felt about my family. And just people in general, I've never really felt at home with friends. And I think we all experience that throughout life. So coming together and just being on the same page, it just made it so much more seamless.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful, like you said, like not having to ask for anything. Someone was always cooking, or someone was creating the vibes, or setting up a game, or whatever needed to be done. Playing music, DJing, like it was just perfect,
And it wasn't forced at all.
Yeah.
I think that was the beauty of it. But
Yeah.
what do you think, man?
Yeah, so one thing I just want to reiterate, I think that's the biggest thing that surprised me as well, like how flawless everyone just meshed together without knowing like backgrounds of each individual. It was just like, oh yeah, that's Nick, like we're cool, we're chilling, like what do we need to do, like coming from like different environments where it's very team oriented. I think this is the best I've ever seen people work together. And coming from like very high octane like environments where it's like you need to work good as a team. It was refreshing to see something just come together so naturally. And I think it's very rare as well to just see everyone on the same page and wanting to contribute something to the cause, just to make people feel like they're at home, or to express just love in general, creativity, like all those things, right? It was very touching to see. And one thing also I noticed was how everyone gave each other their own space. as
Yeah.
well. I think that was the key. I think when people were clocking out, you know, when the social batteries went down, we all acknowledged that and was like, hey, recharge, because
I've been there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment on that, right? I think a lot of times there's a lot of pressure to just say everything and to do everything in these, you know, environments where you're supposed to be getting together and getting to know people. But you used to say you say all the time, like, it's very rare, or you like it when people can just sit in silence. And we didn't sit in silence because it's always someone doing something, which is great. But I do truly feel like everyone can just sit in silence in that friend group and be okay with just not saying anything, which made it so refreshing at the same time.
Awesome. Love that.
One thing I definitely will say is that that trip, I mean, I've been invited places, you know, but especially in this stage of my life, like late 20s, I don't take any invitations for granted. So I was very blessed and grateful to be invited on that trip, to be around good humans, and especially to be around people who look like us, which is really important, especially in this day and age. And it was fun, a lot of games, a lot of laughter, good food. The food was 10 out of 10.
The
Man.
rice, bro. Oh my god.
It was, Vita did not complain. Vita, Mahogany, everyone who was in the kitchen did not complain one time. It was made from love. It was so good. That's why, you know, like you guys were saying, like, you know, things didn't have to be said like, when things had to be done. That's why I did the dishes. I'm like, all right, cool. If they're gonna do this, I can do that. It's always a trade-off, you know. It's just. It was just a fun trip to be around, and just also playing fun games. Ludo? What was it?
Yeah.
That Ludo was a
was-
fun game. Yeah, exactly. It's a West African game. That was a fun. That first night too. There was a moment I meant to say also. That first night we were all playing Ludo, and then other people were playing music, just like recording videos, dancing. There was a moment where Frank Ocean was playing, I think, Super Rich Kids, and we
Yep.
were all singing out loud. It was
the
such
same
a.
time.
I honestly, I look for magical moments that really calmed my nervous system. It was fun, man. It was fun, and also just, you know, it reminded me too on that trip, just to be mindful and cautious of who to be around and not to be around, you know. So outside of this trip, you know, moving in the world, so it was fun. I'm very blessed.
Sick, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ludo is the West African Uno, if y'all don't know. So that game goes crazy. Yeah. Every single party, you can start a fight playing Ludo with West Africans. But the reason I feel like the trip went so well, despite the size of the group, I think at a point, and I've talked about this with Vita, she's not here, but she kind of took the leadership role with organizing and everything. And a few years ago, I had a discussion with her, and she was like, I think I'm at the point now, you know, there's no longer forced proximity. We're not in school. You don't have to mingle with your coworkers if you don't have to, or if you don't want to, excuse me. And she said, I think I'm going to become really, really picky with who I surround myself with. And I kind of agree with her because the people that we consider friends nowadays, I feel like we kind of try to lead with kindness and lead with understanding and lead with a desire to connect and understand people. And that's really important to me. I don't really like aggression. I'm really non-confrontational. If you don't start with me, I'm not going to start with you. And I don't really like when people kind of have this I'll tell it like it is attitude, because I feel like anything can be said with tact. So I think that we've really curated a friend group. Even if we do have disagreements, there's a way to express that doesn't have to be confrontational and it doesn't have to be aggressive, and I really appreciate that. The other thing, I'll save that one. But
Sure?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was great. I think like it's beautiful because I think this solidifies like why it worked, because we're all sort of saying the same thing from a different angle. And I feel like this group that we've made is giving us a piece that we were missing, whether in childhood, whether it's been in our jobs, or whether it's been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're all sort of, yeah. Yeah. No, speak on it. Speak on it.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Say
like
that into the mic.
that's what I'm saying. Years of training. Like we're all in our late 20s. I feel like, let's say we were like in our late teens, early 20s. There might have been some disagreement, you know. So timing is everything, you know. We've all lived lives to like the bad, the ugly, and the toxic. So we've all had those experiences. But because of, you know, we all did the hard work for ourselves of decompressing and just having that self-awareness. When it was time for this moment and this trip, everything just blossomed, you know. So and it's now spring, by the way. So,
Yeah. First day of spring was yesterday.
To your earlier point about things just like getting done, that was actually, I learned that was kind of intentional. Nick, you were saying that I've been lobbying for the last 4 years for us to do the whole commune thing. And I have been lobbying for us to do the whole commune thing one day. 4-year sales pitch,
Yeah.
and every year you guys get a little bit more open to it.
Yo, that's funny.
But this was kind of like, I think also on top of wanting to connect and wanting to start off the season right, in an environment like a commune, everybody has to step up and everybody has to do their part. And this was a good kind of trial run to see, like, oh, if we make this big dinner for 14 people and we have people in the kitchen cooking and everything like that, do we then have to assign roles to clean afterward, or will people take it upon themselves to like do their part because, you know, they got to enjoy one half, so the other. And I feel like there was kind of an even distribution with everything throughout the trip, and people really didn't have to be told. We didn't wake up in the morning, like after our last dinner, everybody was in the hot tub. I didn't want to get in the hot tub. So I cleaned the kitchen afterward, and I was like, damn, I don't want to do this ginormous pile of dishes. And I woke up the next morning and Tinsai was taking care of that,
There you
which
go.
I really appreciated.
There you go.
And I know Vita really appreciated because she really took the helm with cooking and planning the food and the grocery shopping and stuff like that. So yeah, everything kind of got done, but things didn't get done. We have a group of people who are willing to step up without being asked. And that's really, really important to me, especially if we are going to like off grid and build a community one day. I haven't sold everybody on it yet, but if we are going to do that, it's important to know that we're surrounded by people who will do their part. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the word balance comes to mind, where like we have similar values, but our inclinations are a little different. So like we're all drawn to do certain things that just so happen to be useful. You know what I mean? Like and I think it's really beautiful because like y'all were just not compelled, but y'all had the inclination to be like, I'm just gonna cook, right? And then Tensai had the inclination to be like, all right, let me do the dishes, right? It's like a chain reaction of when one person does something out of just their nature, then someone else,
it's gonna rub back on.
it's gonna rub back on the other person. And we're not for it. Like you didn't force him to do it. He's like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't force him to go up and do the dishes, right? Like he wanted to do that.
And you and Nick documented the whole trip, and Kadir, you were DJ, like the vibes from the music selection. The whole time everybody was like, who's on Ox? Nobody was saying nothing, but you
It
were.
hit every time.
People who drove 2 hours.
Yeah, the people who
drove too. So.
Yeah.
100%.
And donated their cars and
drove
stuff.
8 hours. He
Yeah.
drove 8 hours to come.
Yeah, from Ohio.
That's
We really
crazy.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
It's a blessing. We put in the work. We put in, like I said, the training. Like it wasn't like this wasn't overnight where this worked out. You know, we all did our own decompression for ourselves, like the good and bad of ourselves, and just that's why everything worked out, man. It's fun. It's a blessing, and just it's nice to have a reset, before we go back to our individual lives, So it's really important. And that trip also taught me, also I'll say this on camera, I am taking a retirement break from stand-up. So that was my that's my announcement. That trip kind of taught me to be around humans who make me feel, I'll be honest, when I'm around you guys, I've had some bullies more in my family than in school. So what I mean by that is, this trip, I had Not one time did I feel any tension, uncomfortability, or any way of like someone said this to me, or I don't feel comfortable saying that. I just felt my nervous system was very safe, and that trip taught me, oh, okay, I need to really reevaluate what things I'm doing outside in my individual life. And stand-up, by the way, with stand-up, I don't have a problem with the art form. The art form is great. It's the people who are in it. So that's a whole nother conversation to talk about what happened. But I've honestly been thinking about, you know, I still love being on stage. I'm always going to be an artist. I haven't played my trumpet since I was 18 years old, so I'm thinking about picking up my horn again. So see if I can get that trumpet repaired. If not, I'll get a new one. So
That's awesome.
So we're starting a band.
I do miss being a part of the band. Yes, I told you that.
I'm so for it,
Yeah.
bro.
I didn't get to see you on stage.
Well, I mean, listen. I said it like it's a break, so who knows? Because even like
It could be 2 weeks.
exactly like because again, like even when I stop trumpet, I'm like, you know, I'm stopping. It's not forever. I'll stop. You know, maybe I'll tell jokes again. It's just. It's another conversation. So when you start out in comedy, I'll say like, oh, you got to go to open mic, right? And then when people don't know you, you have to sign up, and then you don't get booked. And then when you don't get booked, they put you on the wait list. The best analogy I'll say is this game is, imagine you're going to the airport, right? You're not booked on a flight, but they put you on the wait list, and you're waiting at the gate. Then you see your friends. They didn't have a booked flight or anything. They just walk up and they get let on the plane. You're waiting and waiting all day. You watch the plane take off, and they say, oh, sorry, you can't get on the flight. That's what comedy is. And that hurts. And then there's more time where you're performing, and then majority of the time is talking to those humans, and I don't connect with them. So
I feel that, bro.
What this trip inspired me to understand is that work is a joyful thing, and if it's not joyful, then it's not working in the right direction. And it made me realize that the greatest motivation to work is to build up a community. It's not to attain some kind of private wealth that you can use in your nice car in your house and just be isolated. Like there's this frequency of shared empathy and even shared imagination with the plan of the commune that really gave me a jolt of just wanting to do stuff. And it really gave me clarity on why I want to make money to begin with and where I'm going to put it. So after this trip, I have this really long-term vision of what my life wants to look like and where I want to put my resources. And before I was a little unsure about it. I knew I wanted to accumulate resources for something, but because I understand that just how I naturally am can bring in so many wonderful people, I want to be able to use that to build something in the future. So
Share it with the class.
well, I want to build a center where people can learn how to meditate and be in tune with their soul, basically, just with art, with yoga, with diet, even the location. Like I really want to establish something that is consecrated, where the energy is at a very high voltage and it can be sustained. And that's what I experienced amongst the group. The voltage was very high the entire time. And that to me it's a place where a lot can be created because the ground is so fertile. So
That's a solid point.
yeah.
you have the credentials for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this man just got a certificate.
Yeah, I got a certificate, yeah. Just to teach meditation.
Yes.
And mindfulness.
He's credentialed, yeah.
Stamp of
Yeah.
approval, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, yeah, shout
Resilience and well-being.
yourself out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that for a whole bunch of different stuff. You know.
Let them know your platform, bro.
What'd you say?
Let them know your platform.
Oh yeah, I teach on the Peace Build, which is on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and I do one-on-one consultations. So
On the website too.
on my website called thepeacebuild.com, and I'm on Substack as well. So if you ever want to work together, let me know.
If you are disturbed, ladies and gentlemen,
If you are just
this man is right here for you.
The Messiah will bring you back.
Oh, man. Love that.
Gonna say, that is another thing I noticed. about everyone on the trip is, how do I put it into words? It's a level of consciousness that everyone has individually. Most people aren't religious, I would say, and I'm not trying to come for that in any way, but I think a lot of people have kind of stepped into their own spirituality, and it usually centers around like Eastern, like meditation and mindfulness and that area of things. I feel like everybody's more geared toward that, and that definitely makes a difference compared to like Western cultures and ways of thinking. That's just something I noticed. And I think that is also why it works so well, because even, and it's not even about religion, it's really just like what those teachings teach you is to, lead with love and to be aware of your own self. Just be aware of yourself first, and then everything else will flow. And everyone here, I feel like, has done some work in like working on themselves and being very aware of what they need to do to be a better person, and just wanting to be a better person, and it just overflows into everybody else. Yeah.
And there was a lot of curiosity about, I can speak on. There was a lot of curiosity about other people's beliefs systems that I thought was very interesting. Because even when we were on the way there, you just shifted the conversation, was like, so what do you guys believe in? Like, whoa. Real quick.
And you just say, bro, everyone, this trip is great because everyone is a brilliant mind. There's really smart humans here. Genuinely, like it's important to say, right here, she's holding the mic. She's right there. She's brilliant, bro. I literally told her this before we started recording. Like, you are smart as hell. You're awesome.
Thank
you are
you.
intelligent as hell.
Don't make me.
You're intelligent.
It's so eloquent.
Her vernacular, bro. I'm telling you, it's.
Y'all, please.
No, I'm serious. Like, that's why she's going abroad, bro. She's qualified. She can do it. I'm serious. Bro, the Peace Corps, they don't just let nobody on that trip. They don't just. You gotta apply. You gotta do interview, background check, everything.
Yeah, I want to make it.
Yeah.
I'm blushing so hard under my black right now. Thank you guys so much for hyping me up. Alexis, you and me, we're like the deconstructing people. So like with religion, it's always coming up. I don't know. I can't help it.
I need to know. What do you believe in?
Yeah. I try to be as respectful as I can, because I know for a fact that because my whole thing is I used to be Christian, and these days I'm very I have very strong opinions about the Abrahamic religions, but it was during Ramadan, and I know for a fact that there was at least one person there that was celebrating Ramadan or observing Ramadan, and I didn't know everybody else's religious affiliation. So when the topic came up, I tried to, again, be tactful, but when it's you and me, I kind of go a little hard about it because I'm really passionate.
She be going in, son. It's the best.
Yeah, but
that's the best.
Yeah, definitely. I think that that's a part of it. I do think that there's a lot of hidden and some blatant aggression, both in the scriptures of these religions and also the cultures of these religions, because those are two separate things. The way people do practice these faiths are kind of different than what's in the book and the history of the faiths and everything like that. And I think when you go Eastern with spirituality, and then there are a lot of people in our friend group who are agnostic, a lot of people who are practicing kind of like European paganism. I'm practicing kind of like an African version of paganism, and a lot of that comes from a desire for peace and an equanimous nature with the world around you and with the people around you. It especially feeds into my sustainability goals, my faith and everything like that. And peace feeds sustainability. It feeds harmony with the environment and everything. Mm-hmm. And it's the exact opposite of kind of the manifest destiny evangelicism, even if it's like violent kind of attitude that sometimes you get with the Abrahamic religions. And again, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, but also honest. But Yeah, I think that that's definitely a part of it.
And you know, how do I even go after that?
Nah,
You know?
not at all.
Abrahamic religion. What'd you say? I love it. She's smart. That's it. Yeah, I think the core of it, because, you know, in everything that we do, we can't forget that we are still spiritual beings. We are beings that we have a physical body, but there's obviously something else going on in there. And I think one thing that I've realized within my own life, but I think that everybody here has also realized, is that we don't have the answers. Like, no one's saying this is the way to be, this is right, this is wrong. And once you come to that realization, like, that you don't know what the truth is, you don't know what it actually is, it humbles you, you know, to your core, to your like soul. And then when you keep moving with that, like, you're a curious person, you're open to hear different perspectives, and even if someone is hardcore in whatever they believe, it's like, I understand how you feel, and I can still relate to you. But you know, it's just this level of like humility that you have when you realize, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
No, I agree with you. Evangelizing, you know, spreading the good word and spreading the good news, I feel like it's kind of built into a lot of these faiths to have some prejudice against other faiths, because the belief is rooted around the fact that there is a one true God, and this is the true God and all other gods are false gods. At least I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody who used to be Christian. I can't speak for all of the Abrahamic religions, but that means that if you're not Christian, then you're kind of on your way down below. It means that you're worshiping false idols. It means that you're putting other Christians in danger of being like possessed by demons and stuff like that. If you're around them and you're not Christian, or you're around them and you're practicing your own faith, then that's inviting to them like evil into it. So I just feel like that breeds a lot of inherent prejudice, and that spills into the culture, that spills into other realms of people's lives. And I mean, it's kind of serious, because it's colored how our society is. And I think that the absence of that is part of why we can be so harmonious. Again, there are members of our group who do practice this faith, but I think the way that he practices that faith, he also tries to lead with love and understanding and respect in a way that is different from maybe the culture of that faith, the mainstream culture of that faith, which we all really appreciate. So, yeah.
That's such a good point, because like, I don't know if y'all, I speak about this man all the time, but this guy, his name is Professor Jing, and he runs this YouTube channel called Predictive History. And he's talking about how this war that's going on in the Middle East, you can't make sense of it from a geopolitical standpoint. You can only make sense of it from like a religious standpoint. And there's a term he used called eschatology. I might be butchering that. But basically, there's a theory that a lot of different religions have that point to the end of the world, basically. Like, this is how the world is going to end. And all these, like what you said, like Abrahamic religions, they have this convergence point where all these different things come back to basically Jesus Christ coming back. So their whole lives, the resources they dump into, the programs, all are designed to bring this guy back, right? And if you aren't trying to bring this guy back, then you must be the opposition, basically. But what happens is their conception of time is also different. It's linear, so we're all trying to get to this particular point. But from an Eastern standpoint, time is cyclical. It's like, it doesn't matter when you get there, how you get there, we're all gonna get there at the end of the day. And I think that is like the cap on our minds that we sort of peeled off in a way. And I think, to your point, that has allowed us to feel harmonious with multiple different kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even thought about that, but that's such a, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was done. I was done. I'm still reflecting on what you just said. Yeah, that was good. I didn't even think about that.
She's smart.
She's the first one with the response, guys. We're all thinking still, okay? We're still all processing.
That was a week ago. That was a week ago. 2 weeks ago.
To your point about a cyclical nature versus kind of running headfirst toward the end times, Oh my gosh, because I hadn't even thought about it like that before, but it brought to really random this quote from Nina Simone, and it's on my Instagram too. She said that freedom for her meant no fear, and I think that that's the huge difference. There's nothing to fear because we're all going to get there, and we're all going to get there together. I'm not afraid that if I convert and y'all don't convert, then I won't see you in an afterlife. You know, I'm not afraid for your souls because I know you have beautiful souls, and that matters more than any adherence to any kind of religious code, as long as you are good people. And I think that's the difference. I'm not worried about my soul because I know that I'm a good person. I'm not worried about the company that I keep, and I'm not worried about how this is all going to go for us because there's no burning fire underneath my feet anymore. You know?
Eternal barbecue.
There's no eternal barbecue. I just want to say that's a crazy concept. Like, I think forever.
Do I get like more hot or less hot? Like, does it ease up? You know what I mean?
Do you get used to? No, like you can't even say for all eternity, yo.
It's a constant low boil.
But he loves you. Like, he can't love me and maybe punish me for 100 years in hell. It can't be 1,000 years in hell. It's got to be. It's anyway.
Right.
I digress. Like.
I want to speak on that too. Because I feel like if that's in your subconscious, that if I make a sin that I'm going to be barbecued for eternity, now you're going to be walking on eggshells with everything that you do. And because we have done a lot of work to remove that program from our minds, there's this undercurrent of ease throughout everything.
That's what I was sort of pointing to. But oh yeah, that's what I was pointing to. It's like, oh man, because I'm on. The more I learn about society, the more I understand that like we are a religious race first. Like when in terms of like a life form, like we have this compulsion to achieve a connection to the divine, right? And that is what actually informs all of our other systems. So like it's religion or like eschatology, right? And then that informs like legislation or politics, right? And then that informs the way we build companies, and that informs the way the nuclear family is set up, right? So it's like all of us sort of understood that like, wait, hold on. Instead of looking to the left and to the right, I gotta look up for a second and understand like, where is this all coming from? And then we all sort of did that in our own way. I was like, oh shit, like this is because this person thought this is the way this was 1,000 years ago. And now I was like, and then we're black in America. It's like there's so many layers that we have to deal with. Like, because you know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot. But untangling, we've done so much work to detangle that thing, that like bad software in our brains. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah.
And also, I feel like there's a level of acceptance too, where we accept where we are in this moment in time, and we acknowledge that. Well, the only thing we can truly do is just be in the moment. And I think for the most part, everyone's practicing that, you know, and that means being, you know, with good people around, where it's easy to be in the moment, where it's like you're not constantly thinking about, oh, I got to work tomorrow, and what is that going to look like? And I got to make sure this is done, and this is due dates, and things that it's just constants, you know, constant things keeping you looking forward rather than right now, because the truth is like right now is the only thing we got. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow, so
100%.
I think everyone's just 100% in that phase of like, let's do it now, because now is what it is. And I think when you have a lot of people in that mindset, it really changes, you know, the energy, and what happens, and it just unlocks limitless potential, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's a synergy, because like bros, throughout the whole trip, or like every time I talk to y'all, there's always been thoughts in my head that have just been like simmering and permeating over time. And then someone says something and I'm like, oh, that's what I needed. I needed to hear that. And then like that unlocks something else. And I feel like that's such a beautiful thing that we can do that for each other in different ways, bro. And that helps us, community, bro, and that helps us evolve so much faster than if we were just by ourselves. Like, and we can do that. Like, we can, it is like a mastermind.
Faster alone, further together.
Faster along, further together. So, yeah, that's amazing. I love that we could just unpack all this shit. Like, what were you saying?
Oh no, that was just a good quote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to
Phenomenal
your
quote.
point, I think it's amazing that everyone has kind of had a realization after this specific trip, like, okay, now I know exactly what direction to move in this area of my life, or now I have the motivation to do that thing that I've been wanting to do, or now I have the resources. That one conversation changed my mind, or just led me, like, I don't think I've had an experience like that before. And maybe, maybe here and there with people like you guys, or with you guys, I've had a conversation here and there and like, oh, okay, yeah, I have more of an idea. But after that specific weekend with everybody,
it opens some stuff up for sure. Yeah. On like a heart level too, because I think we're all pretty like cerebral people. I think all of us tend to get I think all of us tend to get stuck in our brains, right? Yeah. And we almost identify with our brains. But like when we were together, bro, I felt my heart was just so full. It's like so open. I'm like, that's what I wanted. I didn't want to read a bunch of books and like understand, you know what I mean? Like, so nah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was gonna say, we did a lot. There was a lot of doing, and also a lot of thinking, a lot of talking, a lot of stimulation mentally. But we did a lot.
We hiked like what, 2 hours?
Yeah, and then we just sat for another hour and a half.
On the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
The elevation, everything, the breathing.
Watching birds of prey dance.
And where we stopped too, it was like just enough room for all 14 of us.
Crazy, bro. Like the frame was perfect. Like I didn't get it, bro.
We went hiking like 2 hours and a pretty high elevation. Like my heart was beating like crazy.
Okay,
Yeah. And that's something I would usually do on my own. So to be in community doing something that I find to be so sacred, that really opened up my heart. Because at the top of a mountain like that, it's just me with my own energy and thoughts and just being in communion with the divine. But doing that in community was like, whoa, this is possible.
It's different, yeah.
To be able to do it in a group. Whereas normally a group, for me, would distract from that experience. But this time it was like enhancing it.
Because nobody complained.
Nobody
saying, can we go home? Can we do this?
Nobody.
That is one thing. I didn't hear one complaint from anybody. Like I really love that. Like
Actually, I found it funny because when one person stopped, everyone stopped.
I had to stop it. Because we were going straight up for like an hour. But to your point, because I do know that you have a preference to isolate. I wonder how that experience was for you in like such a big group, because you mentioned that that's kind of a thing for you, but I feel like throughout the trip, when you were with us, and then when you disappeared for a little bit, or you were just like alone, or alone in a dark room looking at them, we were like, oh, that's just Nick.
Yeah. It was interesting for me because actually my original intention was to spend most of my time alone because I enjoyed the ambience up there. So I thought, okay, yeah, there's going to be people there, but I'm going to spend most of my time alone because there's really some things I want to figure out. And then the first time I did it, I went away. I just kind of ducked off like Batman. And I was just sitting and breathing and really paying attention to my heart. And I was having all these epiphanies about my life and what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I came back to the group and everybody was talking. And then they pulled me into the conversation. You guys were like, yeah, what did you realize? I'm like, what? Y'all want to know that? Because usually I separate myself. I have these epiphanies. I come back and then I kind of like, what is the word? Like match my way into the group, like mirror my way into the group. But this time it was like everybody was curious about what I experienced in solitude. And that's something I never experienced. So me opening up about what I realized was like, y'all don't know how much that opened my heart up, you know? 'Cause yeah, don't.
Because he don't be opening up like that.
I don't. Because it was like one of the most personal epiphanies I had about my life. So to vocalize that, it really opened up my throat chakra and my heart chakra. And once again, it made me understand that the frequency that I carry, it's able to relate to a whole group of people and not just one-on-one interaction. So it really restored my faith in God, because I would think God gives me things that only I can understand. But then that same thing I was given was able to be understood by a whole collective. So it really encouraged this internal process that I have is actually something that's supposed to be shared. It's not a private thing, it's actually more of a public thing. So, yeah, that was a great question.
Yeah, I'm glad that you have that though. I swear to God, please. I'm so like awkward, so I kind of try to, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Kadir, go ahead.
No, you're good. There's a movie called Into the Wild, and you've seen it?
Love that movie.
Seen trailers of it? Okay. I'm not gonna spoil it because I would want you guys to watch it. But there's this quote in the movie that really hit me, and the quote is, "Happiness is only real when shared," and that has been something that has been proven to me throughout my life, ever since I've had a chance to witness that quote. But it's so reoccurring, and it really kind of just opens your perspective to, yes, we can do things ourselves, and we should do things ourselves. That's important. But when you share it, it then becomes something else. It becomes a witness, and I think everyone's looking for a witness for themselves and for others too. It's not a selfish thing. We want to witness each other, and I think everyone is also on that page as well. Like, we want to see everyone do their best, and we want everyone to tell us to do our best too, because that's what drives us to do more. And it's great to see that everyone is just doing that.
Yeah, I agree. To that point, it was really important for me to, and it's still really important for me to like spend time with all of you guys, because with not being a naturally motivated person, my kind of like cheat code for that is positive peer pressure. Because I mean, in all seriousness, like while I was there, when I think it was either you or Tyson, one of you guys handed me the mic. And then, and then I looked up and I'm like, oh, there's somebody shooting. And I'm like, oh, we're on vacation, but y'all are still working on your art, Like, Kadir, you're a DJ. You donated your art for the weekend. And, we were kind of like a soundboard, because everybody was saying the whole weekend how much we enjoyed the set. And same with the last kickback that we had at my place. Everybody really, and that's how I met you and everything, like, or how I got to know you. And that was really awesome. And people, like, I'm checking in and people are telling me, oh, like, I have this coming up. I've got this show coming up. Like, I'm really seeing people push, and not push because of an ultra corporate, like, grind mentality where you just grind yourself to dust to get a goal. I was in corporate America until recently, so that's really genuinely how it felt. It felt like when you're working hard, it's just to keep working hard. If it never ends. Like, I worked in law. I would have like 40 or 50 cases at a time. If I cleared 15 of them, then they're like, oh, you have capacity. Let's give you 15 more. Hey, do you want to be challenged this week? Let's give you 10 on top of that. Like, that was, and it just like never ended. You're always working. You never can turn your mind off. Even when you go home, like, you're sleeping and you're dreaming of work, to then wake up and go back to work. Like, and it doesn't feel good. Like, it just starts to eat away at you and the kind of person that you can be. And like, this environment, I felt like the push to move, but I didn't feel pressure to move with my own artwork. And I don't remember who I was having this conversation with, but I never thought that I could be an author, even loving to write as a child. I thought like, oh, you know, poetry and short stories, because I can't sit down and write 100 pages. And that became kind of like a block in my mind, and I put writing away. And even when I came back to it, again, it was poetry and short stories. And then I thought to myself, like, why not give it a try? Let's make 100 pages a goal instead of a mental block. And like spending time with y'all, spending time with Vita, Lona, like all the creative people in our circles, I'm like in the 40s as far as pages go now. I'm about to hit the halfway point. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you so much.
40 more.
So I think that's the difference, because I would get home from work and realize that I had nothing left to give to anything, like especially my art, because it's still work to produce art. Right. I would be on the weekends and really just wanting to like lay out and decompress instead of working on my art, you know, like, yeah.
I used to come home and just lay on the ground.
Bro, like, there was,
He would like flat on the
I
ground.
used to just lay out flat.
no, and like not like a lay down. Like I genuinely was concerned for your well-being. I was scared, but now you're out of it. Thank God.
I was hurt, bro.
You were. You said also at your job you did not eat, correct?
Yeah, I was gagging.
So I worked in a government building, specifically at one point in time it was called the Department of Defense, but now it's called the Department of War, correctly titled. And and the tension in there was so heavy from all the people who are ignoring their dreams and just spending time in this building every day. And the pressure of the boss's boss might say something if you mess one little thing up. And because of this, my digestive system like was shutting down. I couldn't eat in that building. Like the same things I would eat outside, I tried to eat them in the building, and it just would not happen. So for years, I just didn't eat. I had one meal a day, and I was living like that for 4 years. And I mean, I handled it, but that's just not a way to live. And once again, being in community like this and seeing how we can work on stuff, we can produce stuff and trade it for the larger community is just, it's so inspiring to just maintain that vibration and that sense of hope, because part of it is, yes, I'm inspired to move in that direction, but part of it is I know where I came from and I never want to go back.
Yeah, to everybody's point, I think, again, it goes back to the religious perception of the world and how that perception orchestrated and built this particular culture, right? And I think corporate America obviously is a derivative of that religion. It is a religion. And this religion, inadvertently and almost ironically, it cuts your connection to the divine, actually, instead of doing the opposite. And that's where that fatigue is coming from. Like, oh, you got 10, let's do 15 more. Or like you not being able to eat. Or the stuff I was dealing with, where I worked for ICE in 2020. It was like 2021. I was like, what is ICE? What is ICE? Like Ice Cube? Like what's going on? I didn't even know what it was. And that was it was just terrible. Like I worked at it was an abandoned psychiatric ward. That's where our office was at, in the corner of Southeast DC where no one could freaking see it. It was
Jesus
like I was
Christ.
like working for Satan, bro.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
You took a bus there, correct?
Yeah. And it was heavy for me. And I think we all made that decision where we decided that I don't want my connection from the divine to be cut. I want that to be open. I want an open channel to the source of energy, which is whatever you want to put it, like God or whatever, right? And once you make that decision, you start to pull from a different energy source. Like there's no coincidence that you haven't been able to write and then all of a sudden like you got like 40 pages done, because you're drawing from the energy of the divine, like the true community. And even if you go into the Bible, like I haven't read the whole Bible. I know there are people who disagree with some scriptures in the Bible, but some scriptures I really do take to heart. And one of those is Matthew 6:10, which is just very simple, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And I truly do believe that there are specific people who are called to bring down this divine energy from source directly to earth. And one of the best ways to do that is through a mastermind in a community like this. And that is what I want to perpetuate, and that is really my, like Nick talks about a center, like I just want to be able to build a space where it's almost like a spiritual safe haven from the ideology of capitalism, or whatever you want to call it. So when you're feeling burnt out, when you can't find that connection, this is basically like our church. But it's not like a weird, like, all right, we're going to open the Bible. Like, no, we're not doing any of that. Like, it's just going to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's a free, it's truly, I want to create like a truly free space where everyone's ideologies and traumas can just come out. And I think that is going to be what really turns the tides coming forward. Because a lot of things are changing in the world right now. And it's really about, like, what side of history do you want to be on? Like, do you want to be part of the old regime or the new one that's coming? And I think we've all made that choice to be on the right side, and I think it's beautiful, so.
I'm telling y'all, let's build this commune.
No,
Put your center on it. We can do all
I'm convinced, bro. I'm convinced.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. One last thing: just be aware of like what you're working towards, whether you choose employee or entrepreneurship. Like even me, like I know I'm an employee, and that's cool for now. I know it's not forever, but I know what I'm working towards, what I'm going to spend my dollar on. I'd like to live in Africa later in my life for a year or so. So, just like I was telling, me and Nick were talking also like not too long ago. Once you have your why, then, you know, going to work, whether it's entrepreneurship or employee, you know, you'll stop complaining and just kind of know what your mission is. So just self-awareness too. Just know your why, because the people who complain, they're just kind of floating. They're not. There's no direction. So that took me a while to learn that too. So.
Okay. I'm gonna say something really quick, and then everybody can give final thoughts. Personally. To Alexis's point, we have this one life guaranteed. We don't know what's next. So whatever you do, please try and enjoy your life as much as you can. I understand that we all need money in this day and age. That's not like something that people can put to the wayside. Practically, we all need it. But if you can find a creative way or a creative means or a group of people that can help you evolve your life, if you feel stuck, please work toward that, because to live, to have money and be miserable and not be able to eat and feel like your mind is being ground to dust and working for the evil empire, like none of us want that, and we should all have this life to do what we want. I would love to say more, but
yeah. And I was just gonna say, if you don't think it's possible for you to find community or whatever it is that you feel is impossible, it is possible. We all have said times over that we didn't think having a community like this was possible. It is possible. If you're looking for a community, we're here. If you're cool. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, it's possible. All things are possible. Just think about it, believe it, and it's coming.
And pray.
And
prayer. Whatever that type of higher power is for you, prayer. So keeps me going.
The last thing I want to say is ultimately you're answering to yourself, your deepest self. And if that is disturbed, then everything else will be disturbed.
Yes. The question is, what life do you want? That should be every day, and then act towards it.
Yeah, just create it.
You are creating.
You are creating. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys appreciated this. Hopefully it opened up your hearts some more. And to Alexis's point, like, we do want this thing to be as big as possible. Obviously, it's curated. So we got to figure out some kind of way we can, like, snuff out. We can snuff out the good people from the bad.
Athena?
But this has been a great example of what this could look like and what it's going to be in the future. So I appreciate y'all's time, and peace out, y'all. Keep your eye open, all right?
I just, one more thing. I didn't realize I was looking at the wrong camera this whole time.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. I literally pointed at it.
Wow.
That's still recording, right?
Oh, it's not.
It's
Oh, it's a prop.
Did it die?
I think it might have died.
So,
Hopefully.
that's it.
Oh, okay. His camera's good, right?
Check the playback. See if it's safe. How do I stop it? Do I press the button again? Yeah, just press it. Is it still running?